time on league business. Wim Jansen led his side into McDermott Park, expecting another tough 90 minutes. The fans, meantime, remained optimistic.
Well, I think give Johnston a chance. I'm prepared to give him a good few weeks yet, you know. So I'm fed up with all the slagging him he's got for other supporters, or so-called supporters.
I think it's going to take time. It's disappointing so far, but we've got to give the new man time, to get his own team together and get him playing the way he wants,
Is it difficult to judge Wim Jansen at this stage?
I think it is. You can't. There's no way you can judge a man really in the amount of games he's been played so far.
It's been quite poor, but I think there's a long way to go yet. Can't turn things around overnight.
Are you being very patient?
I've been patient for a while, but yeah, we've got to give Jansen a time to settle down and get the team ready.
Well, I'd say I'm very worried, but as I say, you've got to stick by the team through thick and thin. It's easy to support a good team, but that's what makes us the best in the world.
The Premier table, as the teams ran out, showed St Johnstone joint top and Celtic at the bottom. These self-appointed best supporters in the world expected things to change over the next 90 minutes. Commentator Rob McLean.
St Johnstone manager Paul Sturrock is keeping change to a minimum, and why not? The Perth team have drawn with Dundee United and beaten Motherwell to make a bright start on their return to the Premier Division. Skipper Jim Weir has proved his fitness, and that means Northern Ireland international defender Danny Griffin starts on the bench. The return to the first 11 of Roddy Grant, last season's Player of the Year in the First Division, is the only alteration from midweek. In a moment of madness, Grant was sent off on Tuesday for palming the ball into the net with his hands, but his suspension won't bite till next season. Reggie Blinker reclaims the number 11 shirt in the Celtic lineup. Flu kept him out during the week, and he's desperate to start showing the form that earned him international recognition with Holland. That's the only change for Celtic. Phil O'Donnell drops to the bench to make way for Blinker. Otherwise, coach Wim Jansen goes for continuity as Celtic try to avoid losing their first 3 league games for the first time in club history. The referee is Alan Freeland. These are tense times for the Celtic coach pairing of Wim Jansen and Murdo MacLeod, still trying to find shape and form. So it's part 2 of a St Johnstone against Celtic double-header. Celtic won part 1 in the Coca-Cola Cup on Tuesday, although St Johnstone feel they deserved better. Now is the chance for them to prove that, as Jackson links with Henrik Larsson. Well, that was loosely intended for Blinker, but didn't find its target. These Celtic fans demonstrating some patience, but one wonders how much time Wim Jansen will get before he gets it right. Here's Phil Scott and Paul Kane taking the return. It's a lovely ball. This is interesting for Preston. The Boyle couldn't quite get there, almost getting a second attempt. And it's St Johnstone who are making the lively opening. Nice linking play in the middle, good pass from Kane. Celtic forced into a desperate clearance. McCluskey aiming for Roddy Grant. Roddy Grant just managing to keep that in. It's 1 against 2, Grant doing well against Hannah and Donnelly, and Simon Donnelly lured into the foul. Roddy Grant had got away from both. Nice play on the touchline from Grant, and Donnelly forced into that challenge. There's Grant in the middle for Preston's free kick. It's not a good one. And now Blinker on the counter. Morten Vikhorst alongside. Only Jackson and Larsson up at the moment. Blinker through the middle. It's Darren Jackson against John McQuillan. There's the ball from Jackson. It's a good one, and a fine save by Main. And away from Callum Davidson. Excellent ball in from Darren Jackson, and Alan Main had to be at his athletic best to thwart Henrik Larsson. He was lurking at the far post. Good save. Boyle trying to hold things up, make the pass a good one. McQuillan lofted in. David Hanna. Well, Jonathan Gould is not happy with David Hanna. He had more time than he thought there, and what Gould didn't want was the concession of another corner. Good ball in from McQuillan. But this was the point where communication broke down in the Celtic defence. Shot ball for Davidson. What a chance for Jim Weir. And still dangerous for St Johnstone. Away from Tom Boyd. The Celtic defence is creaking. Callum Davidson. Roddy Grant takes it first time, and Phil Scott. Good save, well off his line, Jonathan Gould. He had to be alive there. Phil Scott is an attacking threat for St Johnstone as well. The long ball from Davidson. Roddy Grant found some room, and Scott almost in. Phil Scott has Callum Davidson. Roddy Grant in the middle, Securely Oglu too, Georgia Boyle. Here comes Davidson all on his own. Great shot! Saved by Gould! And in from Georgia Boyle! He's offside, it won't count. Just for a couple of seconds, those St Johnstone supporters thought they'd taken the lead. But they'll have to sit down again. But it was dangerously close for Celtic. Saved the Davidson shot in from a Boyle, but offside. Jim Janssen will be a bit perturbed about the opening Celtic performance in defence. And Paul Sturrock will be a lot more satisfied. Oh, he doesn't look it. Won by Malky Mackay. Reggie Blinker comes to collect. Mackay again, good pass for Larsson. Philip Scott giving him his close attention, but here's Larsson, still has it. That's a free kick right at the edge of the penalty area, and Phil Scott could be in trouble here. Scott hauled him down just before the penalty area. And Alan Freeland will show Scott the yellow card. He wasn't the last man. But that was enterprising stuff from Larsson, taking himself away from three St Johnstone players before the foul. Well, that's a solid blue line of St Johnstone players, only interrupted by the presence of Jackson and Malky Mackay. Larsson is over the ball. Reggie Blinker there. Craig Burley as well. Here's Blinker. Looked like it took a deflection, but it's a goal kick. It was curling and it was dipping from Blinker when he took the return from Larsson, but over the top. Reggie Blinker, persistence paying off against Preston and McQuillan. Here's Henrik Larsson in support. Tries the shot, good save by Alan Main. Well worth the effort from Larsson. He's looking more and more menacing as this first half goes on, but a good diving save from Main. And he had to be athletic there, round the post. Corner kick taken in short. David Hanna. Good header from Craig Burley. Not really with the power to disturb Alan Main, but it was well won. Nicely delivered from Hanna, comfortably collected. First time from Kane. Cushioned on the right foot of Georgia Boyle, looking for a free kick. Free kick goes Celtic's way. Celtic piling players into the box. Weghorst, Mackay, Burley, all up supporting the attack. There's Malky Mackay's header, it's off the post. And Burley off the other post. St Johnstone escape. And that's the first real concerted Celtic pressure. The looping header from Malky Mackay, which had the beating of Alan Main, back off the post. Then the turn and shot from Burley, and off the outside for the other upright. Boyd, that was aimed for Larsson. Roddy Grant trying to knock it down for Phil Scott. It's breaking for Securely Oglu, and Davidson drives it over, draws the ball! What a save by Jonathan Gould. That's nothing short of miraculous. Georgia Boyle really connected with that. And that was pure instinct from Gould. He was in mid-air as the shot was fired in. The move started with Philip Scott. Davidson hammered it in. So did Georgia Boyle. What a save that was from Gould. Donnelly, the St Johnstone player, snapping into their tackles quickly. It was Sekelioglu that time. Here's Philip Scott. Struck it very quickly, struck it well too, just a couple of yards off target. This is Alan Preston, who was foraging through the middle. And the snap chance for Scott. Stephen Mai to Craig Burley, a little change of pace, took him away from Paul Kane. Good pass for Henrik Larsson. He's got a fair bit of room here. Jackson supporting through the middle, and Donnelly on the right. Here's Larsson! He's done it! Right on half-time, Celtic have struck. Larsson wasn't picked up by the St Johnstone defence. And he was decisive with the diving header. Joy for Celtic. Right on 45 minutes. It was a lovely inviting cross from Donnelly. And a spectacular header from Larsson. Celtic have the lead. Well, St Johnstone absolutely stunned by that. There won't be much more time to play. The Perth team had a fair bit of the first half, but great finishing from Celtic. Away from Malky Mackay, here's Jackson. That should have a real settling effect on Celtic. Here's Darren Jackson. Another threat on the St Johnstone goal. Here's Jackson! Good save by Main. Henrik Larsson. Away from McCluskey. And Blinker! Touched over the top by Alan Main. In fact, he may not even have got a touch to that. But so close to a second goal from Celtic. Darren Jackson couldn't be tied down there. Saved by Main the first time. Larsson then touched it back for Blinker over the top this time. Clipped the top of the crossbar. So Celtic have the first half lead. They've been unimpressive in large parts of that first half. But Henrik Larsson it is whose header gives them some relief at half-time. They did hit both posts in the one incident as well. Georgia Boyle had the ball in the net for St Johnstone at the other end. He was also foiled by a spectacular diving save from this man, Jonathan Gould. It's been an exciting first half, but it's Celtic who have the edge. St Johnstone 0, Celtic 1. Celtic get the second half restarted, and they must be delighted at the way the first half ended. Great doubts about Celtic at the moment among their supporters, although Wim Jansen been given time to work things his way. But Celtic were not giving up that first half as a goalless exercise. They scored once and very nearly scored twice before the whistle went at half-time. Mackay looking for Jackson. Darren Jackson offside. Celtic have been caught quite regularly in the St Johnstone offside trap. There's Sturrock and John Blackley alongside him, who was sent up the tunnel on Tuesday night. Sekelioglu up the touchline. He's a strong man, the Austrian. Charged down at the second attempt by Mai. Here's Georgia Boyle. Lovely change of direction. Good saving header for Celtic from Burley. Away from Gould and from Larsson. Real pressure on the Celtic goal here. McQuillan beaten by Jackson and tripped. Not high on the subtlety ratings from McQuillan, as Darren Jackson showed lots of appetite. Sekelioglu, his cross deflected away, but what a switch of direction that was from a Boyle, and a dangerous cross cleared by Burley. Larsson, the change of pace, change of direction, deceived Paul Kane. Burley Simon Donnelly, Larson's in the middle, Jackson too. There was Darren Jackson. John McQuillan got in an important challenge. Jackson a clear threat there, and the run was well seen by McQuillan. The head of Blinker. Stuart McCluskey allows it to bounce, which might have been dangerous with Darren Jackson around. Weghorst to Jackson. Curling effort. Superb goal by Darren Jackson. Pure class from the Scotland striker. He just got the inkling of a chance there outside the area. And the shot was top-notch. Alan Main not given a chance. Darren Jackson just found a couple of yards, and he also found the top corner. Main got the hint of a fingertip to it, but no chance of keeping that out. Top quality stuff from Darren Jackson. Well, they must be happier. They're looking much more of a threat going forward. Still hints of confusion at the back, but Celtic 2 goals to the good. Easily cut out by Tom Boyd. Neat play from Henrik Larsson. Away comes Celtic again with Weghorst. The main problem here will be staying onside. Larsson is onside. Well saved, Alan Main. Possibly a fraction overrun there by Larsson, but good goalkeeping. Philip Scott countering. McQuillan, and here's Preston. Boyle in the middle. Roddy Grant wants it. Grant's header. Powerful header. I think he was aiming at goal rather than the knockdown for George O'Boyle, because O'Boyle was alongside him in the area. Grant is an influential figure in the air. He won that well, couldn't quite direct it. He's not at all happy at the moment. Paul Sturrock. Preston gives it away. St Johnstone were a very fluid team for a lot of the first half. They've lost that fluidity now, trying to recapture their form. Here's O'Halloran. McQuillan making the run. Not too much in the way of support for him. Kane to McQuillan again. O'Halloran. Roddy Grant made the run. Looked to be eased off it by Malky Mackay. Free kick goes against the Celtic defender. Very innocent look about him, but he just elbowed Grant off the ball. St Johnstone will want to make this count. Preston's free kick! So close from Callum Davidson. The run was beautifully timed. The free kick was perfectly delivered. The header just a fraction off target. You can't get too much closer. St Johnstone could have done with pulling a goal back there. Simon Donnelly wins it well. David Hanna's there in support. Doesn't need him at the moment. Darren Jackson. First time in from Hanna. And away from Kane. Here's Henrik Larsson. Struck it well. Well, when you've got 28 Swedish caps, you must be a fair player. And Henrik Larsson looking very impressive indeed. A goal already and several good attempts. Hanna for Jackson. Good layoff for Weghorst, and he's available for the return too. Not much in the way of reinforcements. Here comes Craig Burley. And all the way over to Blinker. Larsson available. He was climbing for the header. Here's Craig Burley! Great effort by Burley. He strode onto that loose ball. He always wanted it. And he will think that from that sort of range he should have scored. But he certainly wasn't too far off target. Cushioned it on the chest, hit it on the half volley. It took a deflection and off the top of the bar. Stuart McCluskey was first there. Craig Burley takes a bit of shaking off the ball. Does well against both Kane and Scott. Henrik Larsson. Simon Donnelly makes a good run in behind Davidson. Pulls it back well away from Weir. It was the right idea from Donnelly, sadly for him, nobody there. And that was a good tackle from David Hanna. The idea there was good from Simon Donnelly on the end of Henrik Larsson's pass, but no takers for the cutback. Jackson takes the throw quickly. Not too much in the middle though. Henrik Larsson gradually getting there. So Jackson elects instead to pick out Craig Burley. Donnelly, Burley again, another shooting chance. He's keen to have a crack at goal, Craig Burley. He's been possibly the most impressive of Celtic's summer signings in the first few games. He's a good ball winner, and he's eager to get up in attack. Craig Burley, Henrik Larsson making a run into the area. Jackson. Chance to cross here. Bit too much weight on it, and offside in any case against Simon Donnelly. Darren Jackson delaying the cross. A view from the dugout now for Reggie Blinker alongside kitman John Clark, one of the Lisbon Lions, and Jackie McNamara in behind. Darren Jackson, Celtic looking quite happy with the situation at the moment. Jackson finds Donnelly. Vikhorst. Celtic are happy that the game has been won as far as they're concerned, and they're now just keen to keep possession, which they're managing to do. Every pass being cheered by the Celtic fans. And David Hanna thought he had a corner kick, but the goal kick has been given. Jim Weir touches it to Georgia Boyle. Not getting much time to dwell on the ball. Weir again. Well cleared by Malky Mackay. Philip Scott. Here's McAnespie, but he won't catch that. Over the dead ball line, but a player of some promise, this 17-year-old, signed as a YTS and already an under-17 international. McQuillan wins the header, and Vikhorst. Philip Scott gives it away to Burley. Here's Craig Burley again. Very impressive figure, Burley, for Celtic. And happy to send that one all the way back to Jonathan Gould. That's full time, and Celtic have their first league points of the season. Wim Jansen, I'm sure, won't show it, but inside he'll be a much happier man. Handshakes all round. And Darren Jackson in the second half, the scorer of a quite spectacular goal. It was the goal that made victory secure for Celtic. Craig Burley, another impressive performance from him at the heart of the midfield. And Celtic eventually overcoming a St Johnstone side who looked pretty impressive in the first half. Played a lot of good football, but Celtic eventually killed them off. And an important win this for Celtic by 2-0.
Disappointed obviously with the result. The performance again quite pleasing the first half, and as I said to certain people before the game, I says whoever scored the first goal today was going to win it.
Were you disappointed that your team appeared to maybe ease off looking for the half-time interval and Celtic kept going?
Well, not really. I've known all along this season, I've tried to put it to the players that we have to be thoughtful, we've got to be hard working, and the most important ingredient is that we have to be clinical when the opportunities arise. And I think that was the difference in the game today. Who clinical finishes has won Celtic the points.
But you've got to look at the bigger picture, haven't you? And 4 points from your first 3 games is not bad going for a team back in the Premier Division.
I'll still not be happy with that amount. I'm saying in the end of the day, we don't want to lose any game. And really, it's how we react to this defeat today. And obviously, on top of the League Cup tie on Tuesday, will be, important to us. We've got a lot of young players. They've showed inexperience in bits and pieces of the games. But the only way they're going to learn is by playing in this type of atmosphere.
We improved in the second half, not only in defence, but in offence too. And as soon as we scoring the goal, as a team we start to play better. And I think that's very important for the team to get the confidence.
There seems to be a lot more spirit about the team, judging from this performance today, even down to the fact that they weren't going to go in half-time 0-0. They were desperate to get a goal.
Yeah, I think you saw already last Tuesday game here, and so today everybody works very hard to get a good result, and I think that's very important. We play really as a team.
Well, we're not going to get carried away because we know we can do a lot better than that. We've done better from Tuesday, and then we've done better today. But things obviously will pick up because it's all about confidence, and we were a bit down after the last Saturday. It was a bad result, but things will pick up through confidence, and we're getting everybody fit now, and if you see 3 internationalists sitting on the bench, that can only be good.